have an even more amazing day tomorrow. Today, we are once again doing a viewer's favourite on this channel. We are going through some Reddit Am I the Asshole stories, and today I've picked out a couple of really special stories, hopefully, because today I'm going to be reading some of the Best Redditor Updates stories. That is a separate subreddit to Am I the Asshole, and basically they compile stories that get updates and in the end maybe even get resolved. So that's what we're looking at. I actually sorted them by best of all time, so all of these stories were best of all time, so they must be good, right? I hope so. If you generally enjoy the Reddit Am I the Asshole stories, I do have a second channel where I exclusively read Am I the Asshole stories in a more like podcast form every Sunday at 9 PM. Fingers crossed. So if you enjoy that, go follow it there. But for today, let's get started here. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope this is going to be a long video. I have 5 stories picked out, but they're quite long, so grab a drink, or if you're trying to sleep, get cozy, make yourself comfortable, and let's go. Alrighty guys, the first story is called OP's boyfriend won't stop telling her that she smells bad. This has originally been posted on relationship advice. I've been with my boyfriend for over a year and everything has been great, except for one thing. Every single day, at least once, he will tell me that I stink and smell of BO. When we met, I showered every day, applied regular deodorant in the morning, brushed my teeth 3 times a day. Now I'm so paranoid about smelling bad that I shower at least twice a day. I apply new industrial strength deodorant every few hours. I have a reminder on my phone, perfume, and I brush my teeth anytime I eat or drink something that isn't water. I feel like I'm going crazy. I don't think I smell bad in the beginning, and I don't think I smell bad now, but I obviously smell bad to him, right? I'm that weirdo that keeps sneakingly smelling their own armpits. I have been to the doctor, and he said there's nothing medically wrong. It has honestly gotten to the point where I literally shove my armpit in my friends' and family's faces, asking if I smell bad. They all say that I don't smell like BO at all. One friend even said I smelled too clean, like a Lush store. I'm getting so paranoid he won't cuddle or anything when he says I smell. I really don't know what more I can do. Alright, if I would have read that story, I would have told that girl that I feel like something's wrong with her boyfriend and not with her. Seems like a he problem, not a her problem. I feel like maybe it was a joke from him that like once more. I don't think she smells like, surely you cannot smell that bad, like really not. Let's read the update. So unexpected edit. I waited for him to make a comment this morning so I could talk to him. It was less than an hour after waking up that he said, "God, you stink." I had already showered and put on deodorant. I snapped and asked what exactly was he smelling, because at this point I'm one of the cleanest people on the planet, and if I still smelled bad to him, then we should just break up. He got all panicked and upset. I eventually got out of him that this is what his father always said to his mother. Apparently his father told him that it was a surefire technique to have a woman never leave you because she will feel too low to cheat, will only love you, and will always be clean. Needless to say, his father is wrong. He's packing his things and moving out of my house today. Well done, girl. I was not expecting that. I mean, I was expecting the boyfriend to be somewhat weird, but I wasn't expecting that. That's wild. Don't ever say that. What a father, honestly. Oh. Top comment. Hey son, you know the woman who gave you life and brought you into this world and probably loves you more than you can ever comprehend. Here's how I dehumanize her so she sticks around. You should try it with your girlfriends. Yeah, another comment. What the actual fuck? I mean, fair one. Someone said, OP's ex is beyond pathetic, and so is his dad. Insulting someone into staying with you is such an asshole move. His father must have a very low opinion of himself if he believes he needed to do that to a woman to get a woman to stay with him. Yeah, see, that's what I reckon as well. Like, really, you have to hold your girlfriend like down by like verbally saying stuff like that, just so she'd stay with you. Like, what in the fucked up theory is that? Another comment. How hard is it to not be an asshole to your partner? It literally costs nothing to be nice. Someone else said, one of those classic posts that had me lurking in Reddit before I made an account. Yeah, I feel like I've had that one before as well, now that I've read it, so quite interesting. Alright, let's jump straight into the next story. That is called, My Boyfriend Doesn't Want to Marry Me Because I'm an Immigrant. I, 29 female, moved to the US 7 years ago as a grad school student from Indonesia. I met my boyfriend, 30 male, a few months after I moved, and we've been together ever since. My boyfriend is a US citizen. After I graduated, we had a serious discussion about where our relationship was headed. I made it very clear that I wanted to eventually get married and have children. My boyfriend echoed the sentiments. I remember him asking if he saw that happening with me because I didn't want to be in a relationship with no future. He told me he loved me and that we were definitely headed in that direction. As of last week, we've been dating for 7 years. We've occasionally talked about marriage, but we were both busy with our respective careers, so the timing didn't seem quite right. However, recently my company announced that there's a chance that my department's work will be outsourced. I'm on an HIB visa, temporary worker, so this means that I need to start looking for a job ASAP if I want to continue staying in the US. Last week, during our anniversary, I brought this up. I asked him if he thought it was the right time to think about getting married, as that will also help with sorting out my visa issues. He looked like he was about to vomit. After much prodding, he confessed that he wasn't planning on us getting married before I was able to get a green card, permanent resident, in the US. I was incredibly confused because he'd never mentioned this before. His reason was that he didn't want to be used as a visa mule, his words, not mine, by me, and that he wanted to make sure that I married him because I loved him, and not because it was a ticket to getting to stay in the US, which can only happen when I get a green card. It took me a while to process what he said, and asked him if he'd be okay to move to Indonesia with me, which he wasn't. I did not react well, and ended up leaving because I couldn't deal with what just happened. I am still in disbelief. I started dating him because he was the kindest, most thoughtful and generous man I'd met. I now feel like I wasted 7 years. Well, trolley visa issue are certainly a problem. I did not date him with the intention of making him my safe net. I cannot believe that even after nearly a decade together, he doesn't know what kind of person I am. I feel like this relationship is possibly over and it hurts. It hurts so much. Oh. I actually, like, my heart broke reading that. That is actually that's so fucked up. Honestly, like, after 7 years, like, if you're trying to get married after 3 months, I'd maybe suspect the visa thing, but surely, like, no one can stick out a fake love for 7 years just to get a green card. Like, surely not. And then as well, like, having kids and stuff, like, do you want to have a kid first before you marry her so she can prove her loyalty to you and not the visa? Like, just, I don't know, it's just ridiculous to even think that of your partner. Like, like, it's almost like the other one, he's like dangling, is he trying to dangle that green card in front of her to have a secure enough reason for the relationship? Like, do you not trust your partner to stay with you in a situation like that? Like, what do you mean? It's so hard to get visas. What if she never gets a visa? Are you never gonna marry her because of that? Like, what happens if you're having kids? Like, your kid is gonna be born in the US, it's gonna have a US visa, and then you're like gonna send her back to her country because you don't want to marry her, so she doesn't get a visa. Like, I myself have the visa problem because if you guys didn't know, my boyfriend is Australian and I am German, and he's currently living here in Germany with me. He's on a student visa right now, but when he finishes uni, he's gonna have to get a work visa, or vice versa. If we want to move to Australia, I will have to get a visa in Australia. And I mean, we've talked about it, that, you know, the marriage visa is kind of like one of the more safe ways to get a work, like to get a visa to each country. Yeah. In Germany, they basically chuck the visa after you. If you get married, it's like you can do whatever you want to get a visa and they will not approve you, and then the second you get married, they're like, okay, you got a visa. It's like ridiculous. So I know visa muling, I wish you call it, is a thing, but like after 7 years, like me and my boyfriend have been together for 4 years, and like getting a visa out of him is my literal last thought, and I'm sure he hasn't thought too much into that I could give him a German visa. Like, it's ridiculous. You can also get visas like in another way. Like, my boyfriend will surely get a work visa here in Germany, and I am probably, hopefully, going to be able to get a work visa to Australia. Like, marriage should be the last result to that, but I don't know. Let's read the update, okay? A few days back, I made a post about how my boyfriend of 7 years didn't want to marry me because I was an immigrant on an H-1B, and he didn't want to be a visa mule. I've gotten a lot of wonderful comments and DMs. Because the thread got locked and the post was subsequently removed, I was unable to respond to anyone. I am posting this update to do that, plus add in some more things that have transpired since. Alright, addressing some stuff in the comments. I've been on a H-1B visa for a bit more than 2 years now. I was on a STEM OPT for about 3 years after grad school. I had terrible luck with the H-1B lottery, and I got one in the last round I was eligible to apply in. I'm not not sure what that means. I'm not too educated on American visas, but she sounds like a smart girly if she's in STEM. Smart girly club. Alright, getting PR in the US. PR, what's PR? I don't know. Getting PR in the US is not easy. I know people who've been here for 15 plus years who are still waiting for their PR. I don't know what PR is. Help. Permanent residency. Oh, I got it. For those of you who DM me calling me a gold digger, you guys made me lol. I'm aware of the legalities around sponsoring a spouse for PR, including the financial aspect. It shouldn't have been a problem for the following reasons. 1. I'm a STEM major who recently shifted into management. I work for a large company and I do quite well for myself. My boyfriend is a teacher and our incomes are not comparable. He earns around 60k, I earn close to 300k. Girl, you're killing it. 2. We've been living together for 6 years. We have a shared account that pay for expensive like rent and utilities that we both deposit a percentage of our salary into. The rest of our money goes into our own private accounts and we don't manage each other's money. 3. Because I'm pretty frugal, I saved up quite a bit of money in the form of savings plus investments. If my boyfriend was worried about the legality of sponsoring me financially for 10 plus years, I would have happily discussed moving the money around. I was even considering buying a house so we could have made that joint ownership thing. The point is, we could have figured it out. I haven't relied on him financially ever, and I didn't intend to doing that in the future. Oh, sounds like they broke up. 4. I might have not considered everything, but you have to note that I thought about the marriage visa thing very recently, only when the threat of possibly having to leave loomed over me. This isn't something I thought about in detail at all. Regarding my situation back home in Indonesia, I come from a very religious and conservative family and had a horrible childhood. My family doesn't support my career choices. I got contact with my family when I moved to the US, so they are not in the picture at all. I was on great terms with my boyfriend's family. They loved me. I don't know. I'm, as I said, not too aware of visa things, but like, imagine you are with someone for that long and then just because something happens when you work, you've been living in the US for so long and all of a sudden there's this looming threat of having to leave the country you've been living your life in for the last few years. I don't know, pretty annoying. Now, for the actual update, he's now my ex-boyfriend. I ended that one. It took a few days to collect myself and then reach out to him wanting to talk. He agreed. It turns out that he's been insecure about earning less than I did for a while. Apparently his friends have been poking fun at our relationship, calling me the sugar mummy because I take care of most of the expenses. He never told me this until now. He apparently didn't feel like an equal because our pay differs so much and started feeling that I was only with him as a quick way to get a PR here. I was speechless. I couldn't believe that his friends gaslighted him into doubting our relationship. I reminded him how he had supported me when I was in grad school, like getting me groceries when I had little money to spare, allowing me to stay with him rent-free in my last year of grad school to help me minimize expenses so I didn't have to take out a loan, letting me use his car while I was attending interviews. I told him that he did them because he loved me and me taking on the majority of household expenses since I started working is my way of paying him back for all the things he did for me back then. He says he gets what I'm saying, but also that he didn't expect me to start earning more than him straight off the bat. I asked if there was any chance that he'd consider going to couples therapy, like some of you had suggested, and he declined because he didn't think he was being unreasonable. Really? He He said that he wanted to be the provider in a relationship and he didn't feel like one else. So there's no going back from this unless I quit my job and found another one that paid substantially less, which isn't going to happen. Yeah, that isn't going to happen, girl. Well, long story short, we broke up. His family is in disbelief. They were hoping he would propose soon. I've moved into an Airbnb for now. A little bit of good news to end this update with. My company offered me a similar role in a different department. However, this is based out of France and there's a small decrease in pay. I've always dreamed about living in Europe, so I accepted this offer. I've signed the relocation contract and I'm moving there in the next 8 to 12 weeks. Alright, happy ending. Everything is good. You go, girl. Honestly, it's so inspiring. I don't know what to do with the men with such small egos in this world. It just hurts me so much. Like, she sounds like such a hard worker, and to then, basically get dumped over earning more than her boyfriend. Like, I'm sorry. Fragile masculinity, so I'm gonna say that. I don't know, it's just these stupid gender roles. Like, he wants to be the provider of the relationship. Like, really? Maybe you should have done something different in uni then. Like, should have gone in tech or whatever. It just annoys me. Like, be proud of your girlfriend that she's earning so much. What do you mean? That's the definition of a non-supportive partner. It's just like, he would have rather her move to Indonesia than tell her about his insecurities. And then he, like, rather breaks up with her rather than being happy that she will be able to afford them a very, very nice life and have a very financially stable family to, give your kids a good education and stuff. It's just stupid. And not wanting to do therapy, honestly. I think everyone should be in therapy. I really want to start therapy, but I haven't yet. It's something I've been kind of pushing in front of me. Like, I've been putting off. I'll read you some comments, like at least one. Comment 1. I'm curious what he told his friends about the breakup. Turned out I was right. She just wanted the PR. She had to move to France because her visa expired. Or, I don't want to be with someone who makes more money than me because I'm too much of a wuss to handle it. Yes, sir. Yeah. Well, lol, her ex is a loser. Why wouldn't you want your significant other to make a lot of money? Fair. Sounds that this dude is going to wake up one day and realize what an absolute moron he is. And I feel like that nicely sums up this story. Okie dokie, the next story is called Opie is gifted laser tattoo removal by her mother-in-law. Right off the bat, hell no. Okay. Just found this subreddit and had to share this story. This was originally posted on the subreddit that is called Just No Mother-in-Law. My husband, 43 male, and I, 31 female, have been married for 3 years, together for 6. Obviously, there's an age gap between my husband and I, 12 years, which has never been an issue for us. My mother-in-law, however, has always been greatly disapproving and likes to talk to me like I'm a rebellious teenager instead of her son's life partner. A big issue for her is the fact that I have tattoos. I love all my tattoos, they're well done and a huge huge part of my identity. I can't imagine myself without them, and my husband loves how they look on me. Mother-in-law made a few comments while we were dating, but my husband told her privately to drop it. 3 years ago, my husband and I hosted our families for my birthday dinner. It was our first big get-together after getting married, and everyone was nice enough to bring me a gift. I was going to open them up after everyone left, but mother-in-law handed me an envelope at the dinner table and insisted I would open it immediately. Inside was a card and a gift certificate to a local tattoo removal business for $500. I was confused and asked her what this was for. She said that since I was a married woman now and planning to have kids, she assumed I would want my tattoos removed. Both my husband and I were kind of taken aback and stunned. I half-heartedly thanked her and the party continued. Later, my husband called her and told her off. He insisted she take it back and get her money back. She absolutely refused and insisted I would want it someday. 3 years later, her $500 is sitting in my kitchen junk drawer, and I've added 3 more tattoos to the collection. Okay, this is actually hilarious. Like, what now? What's going on with that mother-in-law? I love tattoos. Like, I have a couple, so take me off the roster, mother-in-law. I'm joking, I have really small tattoos, but I am planning, actually hopefully, this year to get some more. So, I talked about this, but I've 4 tattoos, but they're all pretty small, like, they're not the biggest, they're more like little stickers, but I really want to add a bigger one now, and I want to get the birth dates of my grandparents. So those are like tattoos I've planned, and honestly, I really would not appreciate someone trying to tell me I have to get them removed. Like, they want me to get them removed. Like, they think I need to get them removed. Like, what? I feel like tattoos are such a personal choice, but they can be so gorgeous. I love nice tattoos. Like, I can really appreciate the art and like the nice pictures and the how you say it, like the skilled work behind a tattoo. Like, I love tattoos. I have such a big Pinterest folder with all the tattoos I want to get and all the things I love. Like, there's a lot of styles that I wouldn't particularly do on myself. Like, I am very much a like dainty, fine line tattoo person, but I would never do color. But a lot of my friends have color tattoos, or like a lot of bigger tattoos, a lot of like darker tattoos, which I absolutely love. My boyfriend's sister actually has a lot of tattoos, like the whole body, and she has such cool tattoos. Again, nothing I would personally get, but I love her tattoos. They like fit her so well, and they look so cool. I don't know how to describe it. They're definitely like colourful tattoos, like not just black and white. I don't know what style it is. I'm too uneducated for that, but they're just so cool. She has like a pin-up lady and like a glass of champagne on her leg, I think. That one is really cool. And she has like a knife on her chest. Also really cool. That's like, I think that's one of my absolute favourite ones. She has some awesome tattoos, and they're just like part of her. And I mean, I can really not talk because I have the small tattoos. But what I want to get and what I want to do, I would definitely have more in the future, we love a man who can at least stand up against his own mother. Like, really. but let's read some comments. Let's read the update, I mean. Update. Thank you so much for all the great suggestions on what to do with the gift certificate. I actually have a friend who's the director of a restorative justice organization. I asked her if she had any clients with hate symbols they would like removed, and it turns out she works with a guy who has a swastika, what is that, on his arm that he hides every day because he's so ashamed. This is particularly significant and powerful for me because I'm Jewish. Anyway, I'm dropping it off today, and I'm pleased that something that has started as a disrespectful slight from my mother-in-law turned into this. Thank you, Reddit. That is so cute. I love it. Top comment, what a great way to resolve this issue. And I was glad to read the husband did not know his mother. I was almost expecting him to, based on some posts here. Yeah. I love this. Anyway, that is so cute. Oh, someone said, what a great ending. Love this. Warms up the heart to turn a nasty act into a healing one. Yeah. I'm sure her mother-in-law will be absolutely ecstatic about that. I want to see her face. I want to be there when she finds out. Hilarious. Alright. Next story. And yeah, zoom in, which isn't working. There we go. My best guy friend just told me he's in love with me 2 days before my wedding. That was posted in I don't know how to say that. It was originally posted in okay, that's a name. I don't know, I will not read that. Alright. I've been with my fiance for 3 years, engaged for a little over a year. My best friend and I have known each other since freshman year of college. We were all in our early 30s. This morning I woke up to a long ass text from my guy best friend that he had sent around 6 AM. Basically, it was him pouring his heart out. He said he's been in love with me for years, but always hoped I'd end up breaking up with my fiance and finally noticing him. He asked me to call off the wedding and run away with him. Question mark, question mark. It said I needed to tell you before it was too late. I just feel gross and sad. I have no feelings for him beyond platonic love. I've drafted a response and deleted it over and over. I haven't even told my fiance. I don't want him to have to worry about me so soon to our wedding. I know I need to, but I don't know what to do or how to phrase it. What's worse is that he's become my fiance's friend too. I'm also pretty pissed that my friend chose such an unfortunate time to cause me such distress. There were so many times, like over the years, he could have just buckled up and told me how he felt, but waiting until right before I'm married, like I would just cancel my wedding and leave my fiance because of a goddamn text. I want to tell him not to come to this wedding. I can't trust that he wouldn't try to pull off something. I don't even know if I want to talk to him again, but the thought of losing my best friend is heartbreaking. The thought of not having him at my wedding is really painful. He's put me in an uncomfortable, impossible situation. I wish it wasn't on me to deal with these feelings for him. I wish he had either stopped being friends with me when he realized us ending up together would never happen, or had told me a while ago. I don't want to kick him while he's down, but I need to make it clear that I have no feelings. The wedding is still on, and I don't want him to attend. We have been friends for over a decade. I've been crying over this all day. I feel almost disgusted knowing that this whole time he had ulterior motives. How do I even go about dealing if it's the day before your friend gets married, you don't say anything anymore. Chance has passed. I'm sorry. Do not come up with this anymore. Like, oh, I don't know, do it right after your proposal. I don't know, but like, really do not do it right before the wedding. You know, with these costs, like, even if I was in love with you, like, nah, hell nah, I would not, like, no, that would not be happening. I don't know. My cat's trying to get in. Yeah, that's, oh god. Alright, I have to eat door open now, so my cat isn't gonna meow at us the entire time. But we'll see. I hope. There she is. I hope she's quiet enough. Anyway. Yeah, very interesting. Let's just read the update. I have no words. I would not know how to handle this situation. Update. My husband, I love being able to say that now, and I got back from our honeymoon yesterday. I turned on my phone and opened the Reddit app, and it was still signed into this account. So I had an oh yeah moment and figured I'd post an update. A lot of people here really helped validate the icky mess of feelings I was having. Thank you for that. Posting here really helped put my thoughts into words. So that night, my fiance got home from his brother's. I let him sit down and then showed him the text. He read it, and I watched his eyes get bigger and expression angrier. Of course, I started apologizing like an idiot, and he told me I didn't owe him an apology for anything. We talked, and he told me he figured the guy had a crush, but kept it respectful. And really, he had. We were close, but beyond a side hug during greetings and goodbyes, there was nothing physically. I even let him read out messages just to see that there was no emotional affair or me leading him on. I never vented about my fiance when we would have arguments because I knew better than to do that. I talked to my mom, lol. So, my fiance asked me what I wanted to do, and I said that while it did sadden me, I didn't want him at our wedding. I was afraid he would try some nonsense. We typed up a very brief message. It said, "Friend, I am sorry that you mistook my friendship for something more. The wedding is going to happen, and it'd be best if you didn't attend." To be clear, I let fiance read this message, and he stands by my decision to uninvite you. Good, straight to the point. We wanted to make it clear that it was me who wanted him not to come, not just my fiance. Knowing him, he'd probably claim that fiance forced me to uninvite him. He read the message and left it unread for a while. I honestly started getting pretty anxious over it, and fiance asked me if I wanted to block him. Part of me wanted to, and part of me wanted to hear him out. And when he finally responded, the text was so long that I had to click on it to read it. It was horrible. He called me a liar for leading him on for over decades, that he hoped my fiance left me, and that we were infertile. Well, not a friend anymore. It was just horrible thing after horrible thing, and I started crying. Fiance took my phone into the other room while I sobbed. I think he called him, but I'm not sure. What I do know is, after about an hour, he came back in, handed me my phone back, and told me that friend was now blocked on everything, would not be attending, and the best man and maid of honor knew of the situation and would handle it for me. It was like a weight lifted off my shoulders, honestly. After reading that message, I really wasn't so sad that friend wouldn't be attending anymore. After an hour wedding fucking rocked. We had the best time of our lives, surrounded by people who loved us, and we loved them. It still feels like a dream, to be honest. And if friend tried to show up, I never heard anything of it. I guess that's the update. It's not nearly as dramatic and crazy as what people hoped for, I feel like, but I'm happy. Oh, good for her. Good for her. I love it. Turned out great. husband handled this in the exact right way. Did that ex-friend really think his one mere text was going to stop the wedding, and that she was going to run into his arms? This guy definitely sounds like a nurse guy, and he watches too many rom-coms. Yeah. Oh, nothing like insulting the woman you loved for 10 years after she told you she only sees you as a friend. Good riddance for OP and husband. One less asshole to worry about in their life. Yeah, I feel that. Like, honestly, good flipping riddance. You do not need a friend like that, because that is really not a friend. That is just a waste of your time. Little Ruby wants to say hello. Are you gonna come? Are you gonna come? You can come around. Come. Come here. She's too scared because I have like some fur on my desk to help with the sound. And she's too scared to stand on it. But she's here, she's cuddling. I think you can hear fur. My little baby. And I think this is a good story to end on. Let's see, this got the Best of 2022 Winner Award. She stands on my equipment. Anyway, alright. I hope she sits down. The story is called My Ex-Husband and His New Wife Made My Daughter a back brace out of wood and steel and forced her to wear it. It was originally posted in Legal Advice. My daughter is 9 and we share custody by alternating weeks. My daughter says her back hurts now and her arm is tingling. I have a doctor's appointment for her on Monday, and in the meantime I'm trying to remain calm. I confronted my ex-husband about it, and all he would say was one text message where he says his new wife didn't like how my daughter slouched at the dinner table. I need more context here. Okay, we aren't doctors and there's nothing wrong with her. That she needs a brace. I fucking want to kill both of them. Interesting. Is there a way I can get a quick court date or see a judge, because I don't want her going back there. When we divorced, it took a long time to figure out custody. The state location is Florida, apparently. I don't know. Like, what is going on there? I have no idea. I'm like so out the loop. So let's read the update so we might understand this. Firstly, I would like to thank everyone for all the support in my first post and all the supportive PMs I received. It was really overwhelming in a good way. A few people asked for an update, so here it is. So, a lot has happened since I first posted. I'd called into work while I was trying to get this all sorted. One of my co-workers has a cousin who's a lawyer, and she knew someone who was able to help me and file the paperwork. My husband played dumb in court, but his visits got reduced to supervised, and he was ordered to take a parenting class. My daughter went to physiotherapy. Eventually, the court reinstated his visitations when he saw he had learned his lesson and was sorry, and with his otherwise clean record, the court agreed. I was against it, but the court ruled against me. I gave my daughter her own cell phone so she could call me whenever she needed to. On a second visit, it happened again. This time the rice had steel and fabric instead of wool, and they took her phone too. The night she left when they weren't looking and went up to the street to a neighbor who's a police officer. The neighbor called paramedics and her co-workers. They had to cut the brace off my daughter. My husband and his wife were arrested. They got out quickly, but they've been charged, and the infant is with CPS. My ex lost visitations and custody, and I'm working on making it permanent. Unfortunately, my daughter's shoulder was dislocated from the brace. It set back her rehab and parts of her arm is still numb and tingling. She needed surgery and is still recovering. She always played sports, especially in school, and did dance, but the doctor thinks she won't ever be able to lift her arm all the way up again. Right now I'm focusing on my daughter while my lawyer take care of things. That's my update. That's horrible. What? Things that only happen in Florida. Jesus. Top comment. Can you imagine being the neighbor and answering the door to a kid in a torture device? Yeah, no, I really can't. I probably wouldn't open. I hope you can't hear my cat. I'm pretty sure you can hear it, but I hope you can't. That's ridiculous. Like, really, the dad should get everything taken away. Like, no, sir, why would you put your kid in a brace if it doesn't need one? Like, that's just ridiculous. I've never heard something that stupid. Why would you do that? And then act like you learned your lesson, but really you just absolutely didn't, and you're just gonna do it again. Like, the second you get left alone with a kid. That's beyond me. Some people, honestly, what the hell? No, just no. I don't know, that's crazy. But you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. As I said, if you'd like to hear some amazing household Reddit stories, do head over to my other channel. It is just called FreyaASMR /Reddit stories. So hopefully pretty easy to find. I'm really trying to upload there once a week. I'm trying to be back on my grind as I'm here on this channel. But yeah, you guys, make sure you don't get involved with crazy people like this. Yeah, stay safe out there. I hope you're all doing well. I love you guys, and thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I'll see you guys in the next video.